If a guy is giving a girl space, and some of y'all need to, if a guy's giving a girl space, if a guy is giving a girl space, then he doesn't like you. That's starting to go down that road, right? But also this, some of y'all need to hide, you're crazy. Some of y'all crazy up front, too crazy up front. Guys don't like to know that you're that crazy. Like, and I get being flirty, being a bit, feisty a little bit. But some of y'all actually crazy up front. Guys don't. Guys, when they meet girls, they need to know that you're nice. And they need to know that it's like going to be easy with you. You see? And if y'all are crazy up front, some of you girls will tell the guys what psych meds you're currently taking right now. Date 1 or whatever. And that's just, guys don't want to know that up front. That's like a date 4, 5 conversation. You don't need to put it right in their face. First thing, I need medication to just keep me calm. Because if you say that first thing, then they're going to be like, it was nice meeting you, but maybe we're not a match. I need some space, whatever. Y'all just conceal that shit for a little while, Get them excited a bit first before you unload them. Give them some good with the bad. Put the good in the front. All right? And then, and if y'all are on that stuff, there's nothing wrong with being on medication, whatever. I'm not saying it. But y'all just don't need to unload that shit first thing. Needs to be a little mystery. Keep it demure. All right? That's being mindful. Trust. Just keep that stuff. You don't need to have conversations about your medication. You don't need to have conversations. I messaged a girl recently. This is a true story. Hit her up. She's probably watching this live now. I swear to God. That always bites me in the ass because I'm so fucking candid. I just say it. And then it turns out they watch me on live. Great. But she needs to hear it, so I'm just going to say it. I messaged a girl and I was like, hey, listen, you look interesting to me. Maybe we should meet up, whatever. And then the very first thing she said to me, I swear to God, was, hey, I just got your message. Sorry, I was in my grief counseling session because my parents died 10 years ago and I'm still grieving. Hello. What's up? Her first line. And then I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that scenario. But the first thing you say to somebody is like, oh, by the way, here's this tremendous emotional trauma that is unfathomable for me to even fucking reconcile. Personally. Just me. And then she says that to me, the first sentence, the first thing, not hello. It wasn't like hello first. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm good. My parents died in a horrible fucking accident and I'm still grieving and it's been 8 years and I can't get over it. And nobody blames you for that. But you don't start with that before the hello, at least. So then I'm like, oh fuck. Like, I'm sorry that happened to you? I don't know. What do you want me to say? Like that. So I just go, I'm sorry that happened. Like, I wasn't expecting you to lead with that, but here we are. Is there anything you want me to do or something? And then I'm also just like, what am I supposed to say? Why up front? Why say these things up front? You see? So all I'm saying is, if you want my advice, and you're here so you must, just save the trauma, save the crazy, save the psych meds talk until 4 dates in. You get what I'm saying? Let them suck your toes first or something. I don't know. But good first, then bad. You see what I'm saying? That way, they're not gonna run for the hills. I promise you, you're gonna bag them better that way. There's your net. Good first, then bad. That's how you get them. Get them in your net. All right? Yeah, lead it out a little bit. Doesn't need to be up front. You seem not calm. I'm not calm. Haven't you? Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Russell Hartley. I'm not calm about anything. I'm over the top. Because I just can't believe it. Almost all the time. It's frustrating. And this is my only damn outlet. Hello, everybody. I want your laugh as my ringtone. Well, maybe. Maybe you'll get it one day. What do you do for work? I don't work anymore. I used to have a job. I used to work in national defense. I went to college for mathematics and physics, and I was working at a company called Northrop Grumman, building weapons for the government, air vehicles mostly. But I don't work anymore. I have businesses that effectively run themselves, and I have I earned quite a bit of money early in my early career, and now I just kind of collect management fees, make some moves where applicable, but it's not like I'm going to a job. That's what you're asking me. You look like you do stocks. No, not really. I mean, there's money in stocks, but I don't do stocks. What do you think about long distance relationships? Well, long distance relationships out of necessity in the short term work. They can work fine. I mean, they're going to have a mistress or something if they're there for like 4 months or whatever. You know, a waitress or two. You know what I mean? But besides that, yeah, they'll be all right. You know, it's okay. If you're like, I'm going to go to Arizona State and you're going to go to, Miami, that ain't going to work. This is not going to work. Ain't no way. Y'all lying to yourselves in the beginning. You're lying to each other throughout. It's just not going to work. Long term, shouldn't we wait for a ring? Miss Lynn, what are you asking? Are you talking about long term? Not the waitress. Waitresses are people too, guys. Nothing wrong with dating the waitress. That's another thing. Let me tell you another thing about men. Here's the other thing about men. Men don't care. They don't care. You think that y'all been dating for 5 years, you've got this career you built together, blah, blah, blah. Men don't give a shit about any of that. They'll marry the waitress, for real. They'll marry that waitress. So, if he's out there 4 or 5 months at a time, there's going to be a waitress or two, and if you're not careful, he might propose to one of them girls. So, I don't think long distance relationships work. Short term, out of necessity, fine. Got to go where the work takes you. Fine. Pookie, I missed you. I missed you guys too. I'm back though. I'm back. Why do guys care that women have her own career? I think young guys that don't have money care about a woman's career, the fact that she has her thing. And let me tell you something else. As a man, as for yourself, thanks for the gifts, guys. Delilah, thank you. Listen, as a man for yourself that makes money, I don't care how much money the woman makes. If she makes no money, fine. If she makes a lot of money, also fine. Who cares? But I can see that it's good for your woman to have a passion about something. You see, that's cool. Why? Because then she's not on your fucking back all the time. And it's okay. Think about it. If your girl's living with you, or your wife even just is in your house, just waiting for you to come home and picking apart every little thing you're doing all the time because she's not busy with her own thing, that's exhausting. God. You know what I'm saying? Is this a team or is it you just harping on me every day, ma'am? You see? So like when she's busy with her own thing, she don't have time to harp on you. She's got her own thing to worry about. And that's nice. You know, even if it loses money. If she's got a little business that loses money, great. Let her focus on that. So she babysit my wife so that I don't have to, she doesn't have to worry about what I'm doing all the time. I got enough going on to explain myself. You see what I'm saying? So if she has a hobby, that's interesting. And if you're a broke guy, it matters how much money that the girl you're dating makes because you're considering her finances with yours. Which is like, ugh, you know? Not that isn't, there's no problem with that. Two people can live for the cost of one, dual incomes, whatever. Just saying that when you're a young man that doesn't have a lot of money at first, then it can be very attractive to be like, oh, yeah, I'll start seeing this girl. Oh, and she's a lawyer. But when you're a man that makes money, like it's more important for your wife to be like around and available for you as as your wife than it is where, oh, she's a lawyer, but she works 80 hours a week and I can never see her. Why would you want your wife to be so busy like that? You see? So I think when men are caring about what their wives' careers are, or what she's focusing on, I think they're in it for the wrong reasons. Does that make sense? They want to like bring her money. They want her to pay his rent, kind of shit. I just think that's not a good launch pad. What if he's 50 years old and wants to split the bills 50-50? Well, what do you think? What do you think about that, Mona? Do you think that you should split the bills with a 50-year-old man? Some of these questions ought to answer themselves. And so, I think, here's the thing. If you're 50 and you're trying to date and find some woman to, pay for half your rent, that's crazy. Guys, come on. What happened? What wrong turn did you make, sir? And why is this now my problem? Do you see what I'm saying? I feel like at some point that guy has to bear responsibility for himself. Where did it go wrong? But also, I don't care really. That's your choice. And then here's the other thing, Mona, is that are you choosing to agree to that? Oh, great. You fucked up so bad that you can't even live on your own. And then you're just going to pull me into your bullshit so that I pay half your rent, sir. You got to say sir because he's your elder. He's 50. And then you then agree to that? That seems like you're asking for it. You're asking for a life of misery because imagine that justification. God. And he's just going to sell you on that shit too. Oh, well, just some bad investment. Nobody gives a fuck. You're 50 and you want some young woman to pay half your rent? That's crazy. What? Get it together. People should be embarrassed. We have the power to make choices. Yeah. Choose somebody that made some better financial decisions and is fiscally responsible. Start there. That should be talk about the bare minimum. That's where the bar is, at least fiscally responsible. If you don't understand what you have in the S&P 500, or so you don't have some sort of 401k or some Roth IRAs or some kind of vehicle, and you're 50, then maybe you should just keep it pushing as a woman and just find a guy that has some fucking stocks, I guess. I don't know. God, not pay half his bills. That's crazy. Because that means he's counting on you to be his financial fucking vehicle. You're his retirement. 27 years old, and you're this 50-year-old man's retirement. That's crazy. Don't trust me. That just gets worse, not better. All right? Yeah. Talking about dating, that's crazy. Not grandpa's retirement. Most guys are cheap. It's hard to find a guy that is generous. Okay, NK. That's a good point. Here's the thing. There are rich guys that are very cheap. Frugal. Okay. Something about frugal, there's two different things. There's a difference some guys are just straight up cheapskates, and it doesn't matter how much money they make, they're always going to be penny pincher cheapskates, and they're going to live that way. That's a lifestyle choice, and it's deep inside of them from childhood, and they're going to live that way forever. I mean, straight up. That's just who they are as people, and there's never going to change no matter how much money they make, no matter how much. And you either concede to that lifestyle and you live within the purview of just being a cheapskate or with a cheapskate forever, which is embarrassing. You're negotiating the receipt with waiters and shit. You're buying clothes for your children, and they're trying to grease the wheels at the, Gelson's to get discounts on food, or discount at the grocery store, or trying to get discounts at a fucking, where are you going to shop? J.C. Penney. Yeah, that's where you're shopping. If you're dating a guy that's frugal, your kids are gonna be shopping at the J.C. Penney, and when you're at the checkout counter, he's gonna ask the poor unfortunate soul ringing you up if he can get the employee discount. Come on, you can do it. And that's your life forever, and that's fucking embarrassing, let me tell you. And that's also a choice. If you date a guy that's cheapskate, that will be your future, I promise you. That's not poor. I grew up that way. This is my life. I'm literally describing my life. I grew up that way. All right? And damn that. It's embarrassing. I grew up poor. I know what it's like. Yeah, there you go, Shalom. You get it. At what point during dating is it appropriate for a man to start talking about sexual preferences? I don't know. That just depends on the individual. So it depends on that could be it could be day one, it could be date one, it just depends on when you guys sort of cross that sexual threshold. When you guys start having those conversations and when it's appropriate for you guys is sort of when it makes sense. There's no line, just like there's no real line as to when you should actually sleep with somebody. There's no real line on when you should actually have any sort of intimacy. That sort of just happens, and as it happens, that's when things unfold. And it gets case by case basis. Well, we got to keep the chat away from that because social media platforms don't like that kind of combo that much. But yeah, just when it's appropriate, and that's based on what's going on between the two, whatever, and it just is what it is. Okay, when is it okay to be exclusive? That's the other thing too. You guys eventually have a conversation about that too. Are we exclusive? A lot of girls will try to put that on guys. Girls are funny because they'll sort of mask it around. Girls will want exclusivity with guys right away. The moment y'all start sleeping together, girls are pretty much, great, we're exclusive, right? Pretty much. And they want that right away, but they can't push that right away because then they wouldn't be cool, they might scare them off, blah, blah, blah. So girls they'll wrap that notion in being safe. It's keeping me safe. I want to be safe, and you should be safe. That's what it is. But I know the real ploy isn't that you're so concerned about the safety, even though it should be a concern. It's usually just the wrapping paper around the real issue, which is I want to be exclusive, so let's just pretend more it's about my actual safety, and I'm going to sell that to you so that it makes sense, right? And that's how they'll sort of get guys to commit to exclusive relationships sooner than they probably otherwise would. Fine, you should do that still. I just understand it's a veneer, whatever. But that being said, the exclusivity conversation should come up between people as it would naturally, and there's no exact answer. Demir, it is Demir. There's no exact answer for that. So some people hit it off right away. One night stands turn into exclusive relationships. It happens. It's happened to me actually before. But other times not so much. It just depends. Great view, by the way. I know, thanks. It's an expensive view. Wait, okay. Yeah. I'd like to take you out on a date. Well, maybe you will. Maybe I'll hold you to that. Okay. Let's see here. How do I book a private call? I don't do private calls. This is about the extent of it for now. God, that question reminded me of Blake Lively's interviews. Oh my God, seeing that girl interview is crazy. It's so funny. Cause in a way you get it, but she's just so mean about it. It's so funny. How's the new place? It's good. Getting there. I've got some of the big stuff in. There's no decorations yet, but it's coming together. It's looking nice. Bit more masculine vibe here. Better view, crazy view. It's a crazy view. I don't want to turn the camera around and stuff now because literally I've just got it set up in the right place, but it's nuts. One day, maybe later today, I'll show it. It's nuts. Blow your mind. Why did you move? Upgrade. Needed a better view. I met a cheapskate. Whoop. I want to think he will get better because he always pays when we go out. Yeah, even cheapskates will pay when they go out. It's just if he's saying, oh, we can't go here because it's too expensive, let's go here, and y'all are courting, he's courting you in the beginning, that shit ends quickly. Once y'all start sleeping together enough, you won't be going anywhere nice ever. I promise you. Vacations will be cheap. You're gonna be going to Jimmy Buffett's whatever vacation package, airlines included. That's gonna be your life. If that's enough for you, then great. But just know what you're getting into. Russell, why do you think Blake is receiving hate about her film? I don't know. I didn't watch the film. I have no idea. New place in Beverly Hills. Yes, I'm still in the hills between West Hollywood and Beverly Hills. So right there. But I'm on the top of the hill now and I'm facing out. It's dope. Let's see here. Enjoy your night. Thank you. Someone said Russell should be a rent-a-boyfriend. What's that mean? For the weekend? I might be able to start charging. That'd be dope. Go out. Let's get cash. Just drive around. Just drive girls around. Oh, just leave the money on the table, dear. Just great. Your donation. Maybe I'll start accepting donations. Have you ever been married? No. What, let's see here. I already answered that one. What, do men ever get tired of chasing a girl? Yes. Yes, they do. That's another thing. Men should be a little persistent. Because here's the thing. There's a fine line between being persistent and creepy as fuck. Okay? And oftentimes, the difference between those two things is whether or not you're attractive. Okay? If you're very attractive, being persistent's good. If you're unattractive, being persistent's very, very bad. So, you got to kind of understand, as a man, you need to understand your level and the level of which you're pursuing. Got to have some common fucking sense. And then persist a little bit. But if it becomes too difficult, if she's just intentionally being difficult, making it impossible to meet up, making it impossible to get together, then I'm telling you, that shit gets so old. And a man that's about it, a man that's making money, a man that's living his life and making money, making moves, he does not have time to be, hey, is today good? Okay. Is tomorrow good? Okay. Is the next day good? No man that isn't broke can do that. A broke man that has nothing going on, he's persistent as fuck. Because he's got nothing else going on. His phone's not ringing. He's not doing shit. Hey, is today good? Is it better? Oh, you free today? Okay, what about tomorrow? Are you free tomorrow? Okay, not. Then the next day. Hey, are you free today? That's if a man's persistent in that way, he's broke as fuck. That's just not how it works. You want to know what it's like dating a rich guy? You want to know what it's like? They don't know their schedule fucking ever. And then it's like, okay, I'm free now. Which makes it very inconvenient for girls. All right? So girls need to get ready. And they need to take an everything shower. And they need to shave their fucking knees. And they got to do all this stuff to prepare for it. And then some of y'all pasty and you got to fake tan the night before and your eyebrows are a mess. And it's just a whole thing. So it's very difficult to date a rich guy because it's always, hurry up, I'm ready now. I'm ready right now. And I just found out. I just found out 10 minutes ago that I'm free tonight. Free tonight? So rich guys move like that. And that's frustrating for women. But that's why you kind of got to be ready. You got to be dynamic enough. You know what I mean? Like a bird bath will do you. And I'm ready. I'll be ready in 20. And that's how you can meet with rich guys. Because but the broke guys are always like, oh yeah, sure, okay, cool. To next Saturday and blah, 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 blah. Rich guys don't move like that. They don't have time for that. They never know. That's right. So, and exactly right. Women don't jump on those kinds of invitations. So that's the challenge. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's difficult. Rich guys move like that. Okay? Rich guys move like that. And then that makes it challenging for girls because rich guys never know, really, because they're busy, they're rich, they're doing shit. And they never know when it's like, fuck, I'm free. The only time is like if they're going to an event or a party or something, they have to go and that's already on their calendar and that's booked. That is where you meet the rich guys. So girls just need to prepare and go to those activities. That's how you do it. Because that allows you to kind of get it all done. Right? Get your hair done, nails done, blowout, whatever. Right? Attend the event because they're going to be there anyways. That's where the rich guys are. And then once you establish a relationship there, then you can move a little bit better with them when they're like, hey, I'm free tonight. Are you free tonight? We're going to go to dinner. Because rich guys aren't going to be like, hey, you free tonight? Oh, okay. Are you free tonight? Are you free tomorrow? Oh, okay. Are you free the next day? Girl, they're not available like that. They just aren't, and they don't know their schedule. That's the challenge. So, simply put, you have to just do your best to attend the events or whatever. And then once you establish a relationship, then you can be a little bit more free and available. Okay? That's how it works. Not true. Yes, true. Yes, it is. A blowout, what about braids? Same difference. Same shit. All right? Whatever. There's a preparedness that it requires for women, and it usually takes a full day. Like the day before, the night before. Let's just be real. All right? Most women aren't ready they're not ready on the jump. You know? You've just been walking around in your sweats for 2 days, hair up. It's been a week since you beat your face last. You get what I'm saying? I get that. It's all good. Nothing wrong with that. Just say it. Most girls aren't ready. They're looking feral. But with notice, they can be ready tomorrow. And I think that's fair. The problem is, guys that make money and move around and doing a lot of stuff, they're usually not free in advance. They don't know. I can be ready in 45 minutes. Yeah. See, Lily knows. But what Lily has got figured out is that if you do the ongoing daily maintenance, then yeah. Okay, 45 minutes, Lily's ready. But most of y'all ain't doing that. Most of y'all wearing the same sweatpants from Tuesday. Let's be real. The spray tan comment is real. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Girls got a spray tan. Y'all pasty, haven't seen the sunlight in ever. Haven't drank water in ever. Your skin's just so blah. You need a day. Fair enough. Truly beautiful women don't need a lot of time. That's right, Jenny. And also have good habits, good daily habits. How do I attract the right man? You got to first know what the right man is for you, dear, because that varies for everyone. A lot of y'all think y'all want rich guys until you get one. It's hard, and there's jealousy, and there's a lot to lose if y'all it goes sideways, and they're usually pretty strict in their routine, or they're pretty firm about work taking precedent, stuff like that. They want it now. It's just a lot. It's a lot to maintain and manage dating a rich dude. Like, it's fast. Shit happens fast, whether you're ready or not. Like, that's all. Some of y'all are just not cut out for that. But some of you are, so you're ready to go. Anytime I'm ready, then perfect. They're always stressing. Yeah, rich guys have a lot to lose, so they're stressing a lot. And that's the other thing. Some guys can't manage stress well. I stress out. I have stress, but like I manage it well because I generally have a positive outlook on life. I'm generally sort of positive and laugh it off. However, the stress is a thing that you use as a tool to motivate you to move and solve problems that you wouldn't otherwise address, right? Good men that know how to manage stress well use stress as a compass to point them in the direction they need to take. Does that make sense? That where that stress is coming from is really the thing you need to solve today. And if you use it right, stress can be a good thing. But if you're successful, you're always stressed. You know what it's like to be successful? You got enemies on all sides. It's constant fucking problems every day that you would never anticipate that you're gonna solve every day. It's just a constant thing that just keeps you busy all the time, which is fine. If you can handle stress well, fine. Some guys can't. They have heart attacks when they're 40 and shit. Some guys can't handle stress and a stressful personal life. So if successful guys typically have a lot of stress, but if you can manage stress well, that's part of the territory, and a man should be able to handle that. Rich men are not your focus, ladies. They're a small percentage. And they're generally not generous. Russ, be honest, do you ever yell at your woman? What woman? I don't really yell. I mean, I get animated like I'm talking to you right now. I get very piped up. I don't really yell at people. That's not really who I am. Oh, am I loud? Oh, yeah. I'm loud like this. I'm always over the top and animated and just ridiculous. That's who I am as a person. I don't yell at people, though, typically, unless maybe they deserve it or something, or it's necessary. But I don't really... That doesn't happen much. Rare. Why do I always get asked out by guys that I don't like? Because they're punching up just like you're trying to do. That's why. You're punching up, and they're punching up to you. So, such is life. You're all on the ladder. We're all punching up, trying to get the best we can get. The perfect fruit or whatever. Just reaching. Don't be mad at them for doing the same exact thing you're trying to do, SC. What? Okay. What are our chances that most women will get rich men? That just depends. It depends on where you're at. You got to be in a place where there are rich men, and you got to be in a place where you got to put yourself physically in places where rich men congregate. And luckily for you guys, Instagram works really well. If you're very pretty, put yourself online. They'll find you, but know that there's going to be a player aspect to that. You just got to maneuver well, be smart. I don't ask anybody out, but it's always guys in relationships. That's funny. But that's a case-by-case basis, though, SC. But yeah, Rich me staying in Los Angeles. Nice, that's where I'm at. I'm in LA. Is there anything else you like to talk about? I just talk about dating here, basically. And I have been for the last, I don't know, few years. Welcome to my channel. What I like to talk about. Stick around. Follow for more. Let's see here. Why are some rich men cheap? It's just the way it is. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the deal. Some guys have been on so many dates with women that they go, oh my God, how much am I spending on all these random girls just to find out that on the first date that I don't like them or they don't like me? For instance, I'll go out on a date here, and this happened to me recently. Went on a date with a girl that I hadn't met before, took her out to an expensive place, whatever. Of course, I pay for transportation for her there and back. Of course, I pay, the valet because I have a car. Of course, the car's got to be parked up front because it's a fucking supercar. And of course, I got to tip extra because they got to take care of it for me. And of course, I got the best table. And of course, I got a card on file, but I got to tip the extra on top of that. You understand? And then the date doesn't work out. We kind of find out on the date. It's just not really good match. Romantically, whatever. That cost me, I don't know, $1,000 for dinner, basically. You see what I'm saying? And where I don't sweat it, if I did that every night, that would be very exhausting to spend $1,000 to find out that I just don't even like you or you don't like me. You see what I'm saying? So even rich guys are like, not only is it a waste of money, but it's also a waste of an opportunity with someone else maybe. You see what I'm saying? So then that's just for dinner. And when I could have spent that time with someone else, and so could she, right? So then, when they do that 4 or 5 times, they start to go, wait, how much am I spending on these dates? Why don't I do for the first date or so a cheaper date, get to know them better or whatever, and then if I see okay, there's some chemistry there, then we'll start going on dinner dates, doing things like that. That's what guys are thinking. And ladies, let me tell you, don't fucking do that. The answer is always go on a dinner date. And make them pay, or don't make them pay. Insist that they pay. Okay, that's my advice to women. And men, on the other hand, just be more selective with who you're going out with, so therefore you don't waste money all the time. You don't have to appear frugal or cheap to women, because it's a turnoff. Nobody likes cheap guys, no matter which way you wrap it, whether you're broke, rich, medium, somewhere in the middle. If you're broke and act cheap and discuss finances with women, that woman will be drier than the Sahara on the date. I promise you. And ain't no way she's going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, that was a good deal. Wow, you got a coupon too? Oh, let's have sex. Said no woman ever. So, just be more selective. Would you go on a bowling date? Yeah, bowling date's cool. It's cool. But let me tell you something about bowling dates. Here's the thing about bowling. Bowling is fun for the first 3 rounds. And then it's like, fuck, how much longer is this shit? Fucking 9 rounds. Holy God. Ugh. We got 6 more of this, and we bought 2 games? Fuck. That's what bowling is. It's fun for legit, my turn. Okay, your turn. My turn. Okay, your turn. Okay, my turn. Okay, your turn. My turn again? That's bowling. And they always sell you a package. It's like, oh, if you get 3 games, it'd be great. But then you realize 3 games with 2 people is like 9 rounds each 3 times. It's like we're bowling this heavy ass ball down the lane 27 fucking times. God, my wrists hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm sore the next day. Bowling sucks. It's fun at first, like I said. But then it's like, okay, great. They should do timeshare packages for bowling. I'm gonna get the first 3 rolls, and then you get the other 3, and then you get the other 3. Timeshare it. That was fun, right? Great. We throw 1 ball or 2 each, and then we go have a drink, and then we might kiss, and the end. That's a better bowling date. We need to timeshare that shit with your friends. Right? That's better. Not a double date. Y'all come with so that we can slide this shit, but then we don't want to talk. Y'all, we're going to go first 3. Y'all do the other 2. 2 more. Y'all do whatever. 3 more after that. That's better for everyone. Racetrack is good. Racetrack, fine. You got to go bet on some horses or whatever. That's cool. Except you might discover that the guy's got a massive gambling problem. And he's just like, he's putting it all on the line for 10 horns. And he's got a lick from a bookie. And he's like, I can't talk right now. And he's just sweating. And and he's just like this. And you're just trying to have a fun, you bet on the long shot. Yippee. And he's just like fucking like, just mad. Could be fun, except the guy that suggests going to gamble on your first night sounds like a guy that has a problem. It's okay, that's simple dates. You see? Let's just make it easy for everybody. Just dinner at a nice restaurant, low commitment, all right? And if it works out well, you got a bottle of wine at home. That's it. Let's just start there. We're all adults. You know? A boat cruise, yeah, right. Mel's like, let's go on a boat cruise. Great. Let's take the 3-day cruise out of Ensenada. I'm going to tell you guys a story about that, actually. That's funny you mentioned that, Mel. I'm going to tell you what happened to me. All right. Speaking of dates. I was on a prison ship. This is a true story. I met a girl in LA. We went out, I think it was a Bumble date or something. This was years back. We met one time. Hold on. Asked to join my life. Decline. I like these channels one way. I don't want to sit here. That's why I don't do podcasts. And people invite me to their podcasts. I don't want to sit there and listen to your not so well thought out opinion or placate your ideas like I think they're good. I don't want to do any of that shit. Just I want to talk one way, all right? But anyways, it's better for me. It's better for everyone. Let me tell you what happened with this date. Decline. So, I met this girl on Bumble. Whatever. We meet up. I don't remember. This was 10 years ago. So, but I don't know exactly. Met this girl out. She showed up. She was cuter online. But whatever. Cute enough. Cute enough. We worked it out. Had a date, whatever. She came back to my house. And then she came back home. We went upstairs for Bible study. That was that. Wasn't really great. The Bible study, that is, wasn't very good. But whatever. Not complaining. Just stating as a matter of fact. All right. And then afterwards, I didn't see her again. I didn't really reach out. She didn't really reach out either. So maybe the verse we were reading just didn't jive. Who knows? A month later, she texts me and says, hey, me and my friends are going on a cruise out of Long Beach to Ensenada, which is a 3-day cruise. Do you want to come with me? And I was seeing another girl at the time. It was new. And I looked at this message and I'm like, YOLO. Let's go. Let's act. Yes, of course I would. I would love to come with you on a boat to God knows where. Let's go. So I go down there. I meet them in Long Beach. I swear to God, this is a true story. I met them in Long Beach. I drove down there. No, wait. She drove to me, picked me up. Now just to remind you, this is the girl that I met out one time and we had Bible study one time. And then I didn't speak to her for a month. And then she then texted me out of the blue to come with her on a couple's fucking cruise with her other couple's friends. And I said, yes, sure, stranger, let's go. So then we drive, it's a true story. We drive down to Long Beach. She comes to my house for the second time. Doesn't even come inside. Honk, honk. I go downstairs. Hop in her car. We drive from LA to Long Beach. I meet her friends for the first time. And we just take a couple's booze cruise to Ensenada. And looking back, like, that's fucking crazy. But also, whatever. C'est la vie. Whatever. We had a great time. There was much more Bible study involved. We were belligerent drunk the whole time, as one does. It's a booze cruise. We snuck some on. Whatever. And we're just day one. It's just, I'm seeing black already. And by the way, I discovered I'm kind of seasick. So that didn't help matters. Didn't matter though. I'm not a wuss. I kept on pushing through it. And I was up for Bible study despite the fact. All right? We get to Ensenada, offload, whatever. And that's when things really got crazy. Because it wasn't just like cute, colorful drinks on the boat. Which the boat, by the way, these booze cruises, they're like, it's fun. You get on the booze cruise, it's fun for like 25 minutes. You get your stuff in the you get your stuff in the room. No matter which way you slice it, it's a cabin. Even if you get the nice ones, whatever. Put your stuff in there. And then my advice, if you go on these booze cruises, guys, pace yourself. My advice is pace yourself. In alcohol consumption, pace yourself around wandering around the boats. Doesn't matter how long you're going to be on there. I promise you, if you do like I did, and I insisted on doing, which is like, great, let's see the boat. Immediately drop the bags off. Let's see the boat. So you're walking around the boat. You're getting these drinks, or you smuggled your own drinks in, whatever. And you're just walking around the boat, and very quickly you seen the place. Great. Now live there for 3 days. Nothing left to discover. It's boring. You very quickly realize this is a prison ship. I'm a captive here. There's nowhere I can go. And by the way, the risk was, what if this girl sucked? And to be fair, she didn't really. She was cool. Maybe it's because we were liberally drinking. But she was cool. Their friends were cool too. So it ended up being great, but it could have been terrible. You see? And now I'm stuck here. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if she was cool or if I was just drunk the whole time. Because by the time I got to Ensenada, I was already just like kind of swimming in the air like this. But then we get to Ensenada, and then we go to a bar that's basically Sharky's or Senior Frogs or some shit, because that's all you can do really on a bus. Just a bunch of gringos offloading to the Senior Frogs on the beach, the only place there. And then that's just when the tequila starts going. And then it's just, I lost track of where I was. And I somehow broke away from the group. I don't know what happened. And then next thing you know, I left the Senior Frogs or whatever it was, and was in a taxi by myself into the town. And the next thing I remember, this is a true story. The next thing I remember is having one of these moments. You guys ever do this where you're drinking a lot, and the next thing you're doing, you're like this, and you go. You ever have that moment, right? That's what happened. And when I looked up, I was in an adult exotic dancer club. That's the best I can say it here on live. With a dancer that was toothless, just there. And I was by myself and had no idea where I was. Phone doesn't work. I mean, it's in the city proper. And I walk out with some people I didn't know, and some other people walking down the street were there. I'm drunk, and all I can see, because I'm in the city proper, is the boat is in the background, the big Carnival cruise ship or whatever. And I literally just pointed. I was like, I gotta go there. I don't speak a lick of Spanish. I can't even I took it in high school and I barely remember any of it. Senior frogs. And so I just point, there, that one, there. And they're like, oh yeah, the cruise ship. Okay, yeah, because it's going to leave in an hour. And then so I get in a taxi cab and they tell the guy to bring me there. And thank fuck I wasn't abducted or whatever the fuck. And I get there and then they're all aboard. And my friends, the girl that I was with and the couple that stayed at the Senior Frogs or whatever, was outside of the boat, the last men standing, the last people there. And I come up in a taxi and they're like, oh my God, where were you? Freaking out. And I was so drunk. And I was like, I don't know where I was. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Let's just go back to the room. Let's get back. And I swear they're like pulling bridge. No, wait for us. I was like that. All because of me. On this random trip with this random person who I had Bible study with once. And then I almost got left there. And then we came back now, and then that was all a blur. I slept most of it. Like, a day later. We're back on the boat. And then I never spoke to her again. And she never reached out, and I never reached out to her. I'm not embarrassed. It just never happened. So, I think she's married now. Oh. That's a true story. That really did happen to me. Did you move to Florida? No, I'm still in LA. I will be in Florida, though, this year. I wonder if she ever tells that story. I am certain she does. And she still follows me. And I'm sure she watches my lives. I mean, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed of the story. I don't mind telling it. I'm not putting her on blast. It's not her fault. This is a crazy thing to happen. True story. What's an acceptable age range to date? Guys, if it's legal... If both of y'all can vote for the mayor, if you can decide who governs the laws of your local land, y'all good to go. All right? Start there. Keep it legal, folks. That's my best advice. And let me tell you something else. When you're 43, when the man's 43 and the woman's 29, nobody gives a shit. All right? Nobody cares. Do you, boo-boo. In fact, I would recommend as a woman, date older to be a little bit more established. Because have you met a man in his 20s? There's nothing more useless than that. It's very rare in life that you meet a man in his 20s that knows who he is, what he's doing, what he wants to be, and has decided to take responsibility not only for himself but for others, and he is making money in a way that matters, and he is true in his conviction and would be faithful to you. Good fucking luck, sis. But by the time he's 40s, he's kind of got all these things figured out. So, date a little bit older. Yeah, that's being mindful. That's a mindful advice. Wait till she leaves you when his health fails. Yeah, but by that time, a man in his 40s, his health isn't going to fail. What are you talking about? That's when he's in his 70s, late 70s. And then, by the way, she's now in her early 40s. So, like, fucking maybe. But by then, I mean, y'all already had a good run. You know what I mean? That's 30 damn years. If you're pushing 80... and then she's like, well, I'm going to sleep with the pool boy. I mean, you got 30 years. What more could you ask for? God. Who cares what it's going to be like when he's in his late 70s? You think that man's going to give a shit? You got 30 years. You're all right. Wait till when your health fails and you're 95 and you're on some form of dialysis and you're in a nursing home. Wait till she leaves you then. God, okay. What about the other years? Does nothing count for anything? Fuck. That's a good run. Yeah, if she was 20, if you got her when she's 29 and y'all been together and you're now 77 and health failing, it's like, okay, I mean, you still did, that's still pretty good. Why y'all worried about 30 years later? You know, like what his or her health is going to be like 30 years later? That's a crazy gamble. Just, God, at least let's focus on the first 5 years, 10 years. We'll go from there. Jesus. $32. What about now? What do you mean? Sorry, I missed that. Do you do most of the talking on a date? Guys, I'm a yapper, bro. I yap a lot, but to be honest with you, I've made a conscious effort to like not be, cause I'm like this all the time. I like literally won't shut the fuck up. So I will take steps to listen more on dates specifically, you see? And so, like this isn't a bit. This is just who I am as a person. And I do talk on dates a lot, but I typically think it's funny, whatever. But lately, in my adult life, let's say the last 10 years, on dates I try to reel it back, calm it down. Unless it's called for it, then I'll turn on the charm. Good days and bad though. Oh, so you're a narcissist? I didn't say that. Here's the thing. I'm very self-aware. I don't think narcissists are self-aware at all. Live life for now. That's right. What's your zodiac sign? Libra. I love an expressive man. Fine. Yeah, I'm a Libra. That's what I said. Oh, I looked it up once. Fine. What do you prefer your woman does? Nothing, work, manage the house, etc. I don't need anybody to manage my house. I don't need that shit. I got a full staff here. 2 housekeepers, assistants, chefs, everything. I don't need anybody to cook, clean for me. I don't need anybody to do my dishes, clean up after me, do laundry, nothing. It's covered. It's already taken care of. I don't need any woman to come into my life and set up my house. Now, I might like a woman to come in and help me with decorate in a very tasteful way. That's cool. I like women with nice taste that they can point out things that look good. Like something that I wouldn't see with my man eyeballs and my man stupidity sometimes. I have good taste sometimes, but I'm also very open to people that have a very refined, curated taste because that's helpful to me. I don't need somebody to cook and clean for me though. I got it covered, believe me. But if you have an eye for what's good, I would love a woman to like help me decorate. Pick something out for me that's nice around certain places, especially now that I recently moved. I upgraded my house. I was living in a $5 million house in Beverly Hills, and now I live in a $7 million house on the top of the hill facing the city. And now it's got some furniture in here because my last furniture didn't match my new furniture, so I basically have to get all the new stuff. Most of my furniture's here. I'm missing some big things, but I'm absolutely missing decor. I'm working on it. So tasteful stuff, fine. But I don't need a woman to come in here and like start sweeping my floors or some shit. I don't need that. What if she wants to cook for you? She can, but I mean, a chef prepares every single meal for everybody, my guests included. So, and I pay him a lot of money, and he's a good chef. But if you think you can beat him, or if it's like a nice occasion, sure, or whatever. Typically, like the chef will make breakfast for you. You get what I'm saying? So I don't need a cook, but I don't mind a woman that cooks. Cool. I don't need it though. Why are you looking hot, sir? It's hot. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, maybe, Mel. Do you want a girlfriend? Maybe. I might. We'll see. It's always it's a case-by-case basis. You never know. Here's the other thing, too. People don't know people for a while. Like, you think you know somebody, y'all be 4 years deep, and they'll be a whole new person from when y'all met. Year 1, one way. Year 4, even year 2. Forget year 4. Once y'all get like 36 months in, you hit that 36 month mark, and y'all 2 whole ass different people, because y'all both lying in the beginning. You're both lying in the middle some. And then the real reality sets in when you start seeing the finances and how they're living and what their habits are like, and then what they get already defensive about, and all that bullshit comes out. Then and only then you're like, oh, word. Got it. And I don't like arguing ever. I can't take arguing. I can't take bickering. I can't take people that are like depressed in nature. I can't take that. I need people that are like happy in nature. You know, even if life is depressing, doesn't mean you can't yourself also be positive. You know what I mean? And that shit doesn't manifest for like years with people. You know what I mean? So that just, it's hard because some people are the some way at the beginning and then they're different later. That's the way it is. And that's especially true for young people. You will act as if, but that's not who you are. And you're especially young men. Girls, you date a guy that's 25. That man doesn't even know who he is yet. Straight up. So how the fuck do you know he's good for you when he doesn't even know who he is at all yet? You understand? Makes sense? So that's why. That's just the answer. So you just don't know people until later. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Okay, Crystal. Is your dad available? You don't want to date my dad. You need to travel with a man to see who he really is. Traveling, you eat and spend money. Oh yeah, that's facts. Travel with a man. Here's the thing about travel. Even if it's exciting, it's stressful because timing matters. Like, so you got to get to the airport, you got to do this, you got to get in line, and then how that person, man or woman, handles the stress of the like being ready on time and like having a fun experience is very telling about how they're going to be with you, for sure. I'll give you an example. I'm glad you brought it up. Who said that? All right, Tissa. Did I say that right? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Tissa, that's what I'm calling you. Here's the thing. The last time I went traveling was I went randomly. Okay, so let me tell you first how I move so it makes sense. I move fast. When I want to go somewhere, it's today, tomorrow. So what happened was I went and saw a movie in LA, where I live. I went down and saw a movie called A Haunting in Venice. All right? And it was about people that were in Venice, Italy, in the palazzos finding spooky ghosts or whatever. And I was like, that's really interesting. And I've never been to Venice. And then I literally texted my assistant during the movie, I want to go to Venice, book a flight. And I contacted a good friend of mine and a girl I was seeing, and he brought a girl he was seeing, and the 4 of us flew first class to Venice 2 days later. We're there. All right? That's how I move. Okay? That's why the whole having a job thing for me, like girls having a job thing for me, doesn't work, because that's not feasible for them. I can't really date a girl with a job for that exact reason. But let me tell you what happened. We went first class to Venice. We're there, whatever. It's all good. Packed up my stuff, everything. We were there. Boom, we're out there. Now, the very first day or two, I literally had to sit this girl down at a restaurant and say, hey, listen, your energy on this trip is not very it's very combative, very you're always stressed out. It's always so tense. It's always a fight. It's always an argument. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, listen, this is my vacation that you're a part of, that you didn't pay for. And if it's going to be like this, I'd rather just send you home now so that me and my friend and his girl that I brought with me can all enjoy the trip. And it's just not like that way. And it's not like, so I don't have to deal and argue and be combative with you while you're here. Because it's just not fair for everyone. Because you take somebody traveling, man or woman, and if they're stressed out all the time, they're tense, they're arguing, they're fighting back with you over stuff that should be a leisurely fucking trip, it's crazy. Imagine when things get hard. You know? That shit's gonna come out worse. Because, by the way, traveling for leisure, where you have a light schedule to see the cool things you decide you want, shouldn't be fucking stressful. But if you make it stressful, it's going to be indicative as to who you are as a person. You don't handle it well. And by the way, life is stressful. There's problems every day. So you take someone traveling, it's that manifestation of their real personality is going to come out when they're faced with the unknown, and that's going to be your wife or husband, and that you're shackled to, for better or for worse, because by the way, that's just a death pact as far as I'm concerned. You ain't getting out of this marriage. It's like, if you're committed, we're committed. I'm only getting married once. I'm not doing this divorce shit. That's why I'm not married now, because I've recognized that I'm not going to have a second wife. Ain't happening. So, take someone traveling and you will see their colors for sure. Especially if it's supposed to be fun, y'all making it stressful. That's crazy. Okay, Svetlana. Get your money, get your bag then. Sounds fun. Did you say you moved out of Beverly Hills? I'm still the same city, guys. Just different place. Top of the hill. Different place. She left. No. Oh, sorry. To conclude the story, she didn't leave. She went and then relaxed the rest of the time. Or at least seemed like she was relaxed. I'm sure, and they meant inside she was very angry, frustrated. But on the outside, it was good enough to get through the rest of the trip. Because I was there for Venice for a week, and then I was like, fuck it, let's just go to Rome. My friend was like, let's go to Rome, and I was like, yeah, let's go. So we went to Rome. We saw the Pope, and it was cool. It's very impromptu. Let's go. She was fine the rest of the trip, mostly. A couple instances near the end that was just uncalled for. But you learn your lesson, and then you learn that. And then, by the way, if you're going to act like that, on the next impromptu trip that I'm sure I'll take, you're not going to come. It's going to be someone else. Sorry. Like, what do you want from me? This is my vacation too, you see? If you're not my wife, I'm not going to, travel with someone that makes traveling worse. You see? You see what I'm saying? And I gave her this same girl in particular, I gave her a couple of chances. I took her to Aspen. We went skiing in Aspen as well. And that trip was also fights. And we've been to Florida. We've been around I gave her a few tries, and I learned that is not a good travel companion for me. So, stopped inviting her. Would you date a woman older than you? Probably not. No, probably not. I used to when I was in college, but not now. What about a guy that doesn't feel comfortable about bringing around his friends and family? All he said was he wasn't close to any of them like that. If a guy tells you that he doesn't want, let me tell you something. If a guy is dating a girl that's out of his league, super hot, super proud of her, I promise you, who said that? I promise you, Crystal, I promise you, that man would want to show you off. So, the reason why you're not being shown off is because you're the other bitch. You get what I'm saying? So, take it as you will. Sorry to tell you. Okay. Does your dog like your new home? I don't know. He hasn't said anything about it, so I assume so. He doesn't talk much, though, in general. Okay, guys. That's my time. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'm going to be on again soon. Follow me on Instagram if you're nosy. I know y'all are. See you guys again next time. Bye-bye.